Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Monday, the 21st of February, comes to you from London. And an interesting one here, just looking at the chart of the Russian oil price in Russian rubles. And the oil Brent crude's gone up about fourfold since the last couple of years, and the oil price in Russia has actually effectively gone up fivefold in local currency, so really benefiting the Russian economy, of course, and just another dimension to what we're seeing as well. So interestingly, just looking at markets, quite a lot of green on the screen. It'll be quieter today in the US with President's Day, but we are seeing the dollar is down slightly. That's just taking us back below the cloud. Remembering this is my long-term, medium-term and short-term view of the market, but we are still long and medium-term bullish, of course, and that means the euro is looking a little bit stronger as we're just touching the cloud, but really still bearish on the medium and longer term trends. Sterling actually looking stronger. We've got good upside targets brewing here, so it's looking stronger against the dollar, holding that cloud. Their interest rates being the story, of course, in the UK, and just nudging the 120 level this morning against the euro, so sterling looking stronger there. Bitcoin fell away over the weekend, but it's up this morning. We're still just teetering on this sort of cloud support. We've just got to spend some time building from there. Looking at the S&P 500 index, it was down on Friday, had a pretty bad week. And of course, the key thing is if we go lower than this low, we activate this downside target. And we're pretty much on that level now. So a close a further 1% lower would not be good for the market. Futures are trading today, and we're seeing about a third of a percent up. But as we say, the market will be quiet with President's Day. The VIX volatility sitting in the high 20s region still. So market's still a little bit fearful. And if you look at Europe this morning, we've got the DAX flat, little changed, and the CAC 40 is actually down slightly. Asia was lower. This was partly before the announcement of a Russia-US summit, which is circulating the markets this morning. But the reality is we are just seeing them catching up with Friday's falls in the US. The Sensex in India was down 0.15%. The Aussie market was up slightly. We'll look at the energy mix in a minute. Gold nudging this $1,900 level, had a very strong week last week. In fact, we've had two very strong weeks there, as we can see, with two weekly candles. And really, this 1,900 level is becoming the new level to watch. It was 1,800 for ages, and we were playing with that. Now we're at 1,900. But we've of course got all these upside targets, and we've got here one to 1999, let's say 2000. Of course, once you hear gold breaking 2000, that starts to make multi-year highs. That becomes headlines, and that could in itself be a bit self-fulfilling, and we'll see the price run. We've got other precious metals. Silver's actually down. Palladium is up. So we are just seeing a bit of a mixed picture there. US 10-year yields falling back quite sharply, back to low 190s, but the trend is still up. We're waiting for this upside target to be activated, so that's the key at the moment. Taking a look, and also just while we're here, a lot of the tech stocks fell quite heavily on Friday. So bellwethers like Amazon, medium-term bearish, just struggling to make new highs. And of course, with that NASDAQ downside target, we will see that. And even stocks like Tesla, which we've been bearish on this month, quite clearly below the cloud, breaking, looking very much like a lower high, lower low scenario there. Facebook Meta, of course, had its plunge and has not recovered. So again, that was one we were very bearish on at the start of the month. Taking a look at the weekly, as at the energy mix, we've got Brent crude actually just trading sideways this morning. The trend is still very clearly up. We've got some new upside targets kicking in on the 1 minute. We've just got to get back above the cloud here. US nat gas is a mixed picture here. Quite a tight range, 440, 480. That's what we've got to break there. Coal, we're looking really just bouncing on the cloud there. Got to get above that 120 level on coal. Emissions, we've got to hold the 86 level really. for emissions. We are bearish below the cloud. We've got some new upside targets, but just struggling whilst we're in this bearish zone on the cloud. And then if we look at gas prices, we've got TTF down 4.65% and MBP. And we did go out this morning with daily reports. We did go out, and just remembering what we said, we were bearish on the gas prices. So you can see these in our morning reports here with the downside targets, and that's what's playing out as we look now, and that's falling away more heavily, and TTF lower as well. German power, similarly, we were bearish as well. This 135 level is really critical. We've got to watch that. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.